Alright, on today's video, we're going to be doing the review of the Wuben G5 Easy Carry Light. Let's head over to the other bench, get this out of the box, and check it out. Alright, we're over on the other bench, and let's just kind of go over the packaging on our Wuben G5 Easy Carry Light. Here is the front of the box. Down here on the bottom you have the serial number and the UPC code. And here on the back you have all your specs. Now it is taped up here on both sides. Alright, now after we get to this point, this flips open, and that opens up, and there is the light. We'll set that off to the side. This is going to lift up. There's a bag here full of stuff. We'll check that out here in a second. We have our owner's manual, and let's see what all we have in this bag. We have a USB to USB Type-C charging cable. And it looks like in here we have a lanyard. And that is everything in the box. Alright, now that we got this out of the box, let's go over some quick specs. This has an overall length of 2.44 inches. The width is 1.47 inches. And the thickness of this light is 0.59 inches. And the G5 only weighs 1.84 ounces. Now let's dive into the features and the controls on this G5. So on this side here, this is where you're going to lock your light out, turn your light on, and access the charging port. If you look here, there is a picture of a lock, and we are in the lock position. You're going to slide this up to there, and now you are in the position to turn the light on. And if you slide it all the way up, now you expose the USB Type-C charging port. Alright, now we're going to talk about this button right here. This is the button that you are going to use to turn your light on and off, and this is also the button you are going to use to cycle through the different modes. So we're going to take our switch, push it up to the on position. To turn the light on, you're just going to tap the button. And now the light is on. Now it's on the lowest setting on the white light right now, and we're putting out 2 lumens. Now to go to the different colored lights, what you're going to do is push the button and hold it. Now we have the blue light on, and if you want to put this into SOS mode or beacon mode, you're going to tap this twice while it's on the color, and now it's going to flash. You're going to tap it twice again to go back to that colored mode. And if you want to go back to the white light mode, you're going to hold the button in. It only takes a couple seconds, and now you're back on the white light. Now when you're back on the white light and you want to go into the turbo mode and kick out the 400 lumens, you're going to double tap, and now it's in the 400 lumen mode. In the last mode that I want to talk about with the light, make sure this is in the on position, and you can double tap the button, and now it's going through a red and a green. You can see that the strobe or the beacon is a lot faster, and those are all your light modes. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the wheel right here. You do have access to the wheel from the front and on the back. So what we're going to do is turn our light back on. We're just going to tap the button once. Okay, now we're on that lowest setting, which is the 2 lumens. Now what you can do is you can turn this wheel and it will turn up the brightness. Now when you get to max brightness, you're going to notice while you're spinning this wheel that it's going to flash. That's letting you know that that's as bright as it can go. Now if we go up with the wheel, we're going to take the intensity of the light back down, and as you can see, it flashes again That's letting you know now that it's at the dimmest point, which you're back to that 2 lumens. Now what we're going to do is hold our button down. Now we're back in that colored mode again. So we're on the blue light. Now you're going to use this scroll wheel. Now we've got like a purple. Now it's red. Now it's yellow. Now we're going into green. And we're back to our blue. Now once you get to the desired color you want, you go back to your button again. You can tap this twice. Now it'll go back into that SOS or that beacon mode, and it's going to flash yellow. Now if you spin your wheel while it's flashing, it is not going to change colors. So you will double tap again. Now you're back to that solid yellow. Let's go to the green. Tap it again 2 times. Now you have the flashing green light. Now let's go over the run times on the G5. If this is on the turbo mode that I like to call it, or the 400 lumen mode, you're going to get a max run time of 50 minutes. If you have it on the lowest setting of 2 lumens on the white light, you're going to get 65 hours of run time. And when you are using the colored lights, they are putting out 10 lumens, and you will get 9 hours of run time. Now your max beam distance on this is going to be 82 meters, and you are putting out 1681 candela. Now we're going to talk about my favorite feature on this light, and that is the fact that the head on this swivels, and it will spin 180 degrees. So you can take this and position it anywhere you want. If you want to hold it more like a traditional flashlight, you can point it straight ahead, and it will spin all the way around to the back. Now what really makes this nice about the head being able to swivel, and we're going to get into the next cool feature of this. This has a belt clip on it. It's off to the side, kind of recesses in there. And what's cool about this, you're going to grab it, pull it, and you can turn it this way. And now not only can you clip this on your belt, you can also clip this on your hat. And now you can use this light as a headlamp. And if you prefer to have the clip on the other side, well, you can do that too. Pull out and it will flip forward this direction. Now one other cool feature about this light, it does have a magnetic base. But later on in the review, we're going to talk about this a little bit more, because this is also, in my opinion, a flaw with this light. Now let's talk about the durability and the warranty on the Wuben G5. Now this does have an IP68 waterproof rating, which means it can be submerged up to 2 meters for 1 hour. It is also drop safe up to 1 meter. And as far as the warranty goes, this light comes with a 5-year warranty. And from what I'm seeing in the paperwork, if you register the product, it does have a lifetime warranty, but it does look like there could possibly be a fee for any repairs to this light after the 5-year warranty period. All right, we are a few weeks into the future, and I have been carrying this Wuben G5 to work with me every day. And so far, I am quite impressed with this little light. Now, I have become a huge fan of this style of light. And if you've been watching my channel, a little over a week ago, I put out a review on this Phoenix light, which is pretty similar to the Wuben G5 that we're reviewing today. This also has the head that swivels on it. It has the dual clip, so you can mount this on your hat, use it for a headlamp. But in that video, I said that this light had one drawback, and that was the light output on it. This one only puts out 150 lumens. And when we compare the two, the Wuben is much shorter, a little bit thinner, but this has the 400 lumen output, which comes in really handy at my job sometimes. Now, normally I would like to take a light like this and carry it to work every day for a month before doing the review, but due to the time frame of getting this light, and the light's release date is today as you are watching this video, I had to get this video out. But with that being said, this light has been pretty heavily abused over the last couple weeks, and it has passed with flying colors when it comes to reliability. Now, one of my biggest concerns with this light was how waterproof it was going to be. Even though they said it was waterproof up to 2 meters for an hour, I still was a little leery about it. Now, we're dealing with a lot of flooded basements here in my area right now, and I've been replacing a lot of sump pumps at work. And the other day, we were standing in about 6 inches of water, and I accidentally knocked this light down into the water. Now, granted, it was only submerged for a few seconds. I grabbed it and pulled it out of the water, but it definitely did not hurt the light. Now, as far as dropping this light goes, I have dropped this light multiple times over the last couple weeks at work on the concrete, and nothing has broke or stopped working on this light. But this is going to lead us into one of the cons with this light, and technically, really, it's the only con I have with this light, and that is the magnetic base. And because of this flaw that I'm getting ready to show you, that is why I have dropped it a few times. Now, this is a very easy, quick fix, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix it, but I have not fixed it yet because I wanted to show you what this is doing. So, a lot of times when I'm working on something, I will put this light on the side of a water heater or a furnace pointing into the area that I'm working in. Well, the problem is with the magnetic base, grab my Leatherman here, when this sticks on, you saw how that just fell off. And that's because the magnet is right there stuck to my Leatherman. Now, I don't know if Wuben intended for this magnet to be removable, and if they did, I really don't understand why they did that. And that's because when you are hanging this on the side of something, whether it be a gun safe, a water heater, a furnace, whatever, the weight of this light pops it right off that magnet like you just seen. Now what I'm going to do is either put a little bit of epoxy in there and stick this in there, or some super glue. It's not going to take much to keep it in there. In fact, what I've done over the last week, I just stuck a little bit of Scotch tape in there to take it to work so I wouldn't keep intentionally dropping it on the floor. And that worked also, but I'm going to go ahead and permanently fix it now after this review. So that is one thing to keep in mind if you do decide to buy this light. Make sure that magnet does not come off, because the other thing is it's pretty small and it would be easy to lose it. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the belt clip on this, and this is probably one of my favorite things about this light, because I do use this quite a bit for a headlamp, whether I'm at work using it, and I've also been using it down in my reloading room when I'm working on some guns. I'll just slip this right on my hat, and then with that head being able to swivel 180 degrees, I can get that light shining right where I want it. And the other really cool feature with this, and that goes back to that dial. When you turn that light on, to get that brightness level of that light right where you want it. So once I get it mounted on my hat, I can sit here and turn the intensity of the light up and down, and I really like that feature. And as far as the belt clip goes, I've wore it on my hat half a dozen times now, and it has not stretched or bent. It's still nice and tight right up against the body of the flashlight. So at the end of the day, do I recommend the Wuben G5 light? Absolutely. Like I said, I've become a big fan of this style of light. You guys know how much I like the Phoenix that I just did the review on, and the same thing holds true with this little G5. These lights are incredibly versatile. You can use it for a headlamp. You can throw it in your pocket. You're not even going to know it's there because it's so light. And it's very impressive that they're getting 400 lumens out of this tiny little light. And one other pro to this light that we really haven't discussed yet is recharge time on this. Now, I've ran this light dead a couple times at work, and normally I'll just plug it in my van. Now, I do have a USB-C to USB-C charger in my van, But normally it just takes a little under 2 hours to get this fully charged when it's completely dead. But for the most part, this light will last me all day on one charge. And I guess that does kind of lead into a con for some people. This does not have a removable battery. So when it dies, you are going to have to put it on a charger. It's not like you can just swap the battery out. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.